Hey guys, welcome back to the Homestead fam. My name is Mel if you're new here, and today is a super exciting day. You can see I have some different kitchen items on the counter here, and I am going to show you what they are and kind of announce a new and exciting thing I am doing here at the Homestead fam. Before we dive right in, make sure to like, subscribe if you want to learn all things about gardening, homesteading in general, canning, and so on. So make sure to do that and we'll dive right in. Okay, so you guys know that I have 4 cookbooks now. I love writing cookbooks. I love sharing my recipes with you. But about a year ago, I decided to take it a step further and start coming up with kitchen products that I can share with you and not just the recipes. So the gadgets that you can use in your kitchen to make those recipes come to life. And that is what you see here. These are launching, by the time you see this video, they will have launched, so you can get all of these in the description below or go to thehomesteadfam.com. And I want to show you each and every one and why I made them, how they're so special, and why you should go grab one today. So first, let's talk about our basic household necessity when you're in the kitchen. You can also use it in the garden, but an apron. So I put together a linen apron. It is this nice cream color that matches any kitchen. And the thing I really love about this apron, so there's a lot of different aprons on the market, a lot of different styles, what you can find. And the thing I love about mine and what was really important to me is I have a very short torso. So I needed something that was super customizable because a lot of things I found were made for longer torsos and they hit me at a weird spot because I don't want to just like have it work good. I also want to feel good and look good in it too. So one thing that was very important to me was that it was completely adjustable. But I also hate neckties. I hate tying something around my neck. It feels uncomfortable, it puts some extra tension there, and I just don't like having that back there, especially with long hair and all of that stuff. So put these two together and I came up with this style of apron where it's completely customizable. So this pulls through the side to make this loop as long or short as you need it to be. You can go ahead and put it on and adjust. And then it ties around. And another thing that was important to me is I like to tie my aprons in the front to get a nice snug fit. So I made sure that we had really long straps. Now that's also important for depending on your height or your weight, whether you need it longer or shorter. So I wanted some really long straps that it's super customizable and we can wrap around and tie it right in the front like I do with all my aprons. And you are good to go. It also has 2 pockets in the front to store. If you're out in the garden, you can store different vegetables or tools in there, or if you're in the kitchen, you know, your little kitchen utensils and gadgets. So this is the first one. This one, it's super soft, super durable, and I'm excited for you to grab one in the kitchen, and you'll probably see me wear this in most of my videos from now on. So let's move on to another household staple is bread pans. So I love baking bread, you know I do, and I always get questions about my bread pans, which ones I use, and I decided to come up with my own. So when you buy these, it'll come in a 2-pack because we never make just one loaf around here. We always make more to freeze or save for later. So it'll come like this. It's also engraved with my logo on the side. And then these ones, if you haven't noticed already, are different than the ones you'll find on the market. This is a regular loaf pan that you'll normally find in a store, and then this is ours. See how this one's a lot wider, and it's gonna be a shorter loaf but wider, and this one's gonna be narrower but taller. Now, I always had issues with this bread first of all, cutting it because it is so wide. And second of all, fitting the slices in the toaster. We toast a ton of our homemade bread. We love toasted homemade bread. And this would rarely fit in our toaster. So I went to long loaf pans. They fit in there perfectly, make the perfect sandwiches. So if you're looking for a good household staple or you have any of those problems when you're making bread like I did, make sure to go grab a 2-pack of bread pans right now. Next, let's talk about one of my favorite items, and these are our oven gloves. They're silicone oven gloves, and they are one size fits most. They are given a little extra room. My husband can wear these really nicely. I wear them really nicely. Even my kids, my oldest is 5, she'll slip these on and like do stuff in the kitchen. And oven gloves are the only oven mitts that I use on our homestead now for multiple reasons. First of all, they're completely washable. All you have to do is if you get them dirty, wash them like you were washing your hands in the sink, get some soap out, run them under the water, and they're completely clean. Second, you can do a lot more things with these than an oven mitt. So oven mitts, you can take things in and out of the oven, that's great. But with oven gloves, you can pull your canned goods out of the canner because they're completely waterproof. You can wash hot things in your sink. You can't do that with your regular oven mitts. So there's a lot of different reasons to start using oven gloves. They're silicone on the outside, beautiful cotton on the inside that's super soft. And the thing that makes these stand out a little more is that I have been using silicone oven gloves, but they are just a white mitt and they almost look like you're going into surgery. So I wanted to create ones that were still cute and had a cute pattern on them, and that is why we went with these. And they're also good for cold. So if you have any reason to be dealing with ice or anything like that, these oven mitts will be great as well. Last but definitely not least is our new Homestead Fam bread slicer. So this has kind of been a dream of mine to create because I have always had such a hard time cutting bread. And like I said earlier with the bread pans, those wider loaves are a lot harder to cut through because they allow for more like movement and then they just crumble and tear apart. This solves that problem. Also, if you are a sourdough baker like me, cutting those regular like artisan style loaves are really hard with that crispy crust and to get really nice thin slices. So this slicer, you rotate this and it rotates this blade, and it's completely adjustable towards your preference of whether you like really thick slices or really thin slices. You can get these things like super thin. So let me grab a loaf of bread and I'll show you how to use it. This bread slicer is going to make your life so much easier. It can cut so many different types of breads like French bread, Italian bread, regular sandwich bread like I have here, and is absolutely perfect for your sourdough loaves. Using the little knob on the bottom, you can adjust the thickness of your bread, making large slices just like this one, or we can turn it to a very low setting and make almost paper thin bread slices. Trying to get a slice this thin with a normal bread knife is almost impossible as it usually just crumbles into pieces. So if you want a way to slice your bread that is consistent, easy, and quick, then this bread slicer is the way to go. I have been working on these kitchen products for about a year now, and I am so excited to see you start using them in your home and even just start using them in my home. I put a lot of thought and did a lot of tweaking and everything into the design of everything, between the cute pattern on the silicone gloves, the adjustable straps, the sizing on the bread pans, and then a bread slicer that's going to give you the perfect size loaves. So if you're interested in any of these, make sure to head to the description below and check them out at thehomesteadfam.com. And please tag me in any photos or videos that you would like to share using these new kitchen products. I would love to see them, and it just warms my heart to send something from me in my home to yours. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.